felt I might never read poetry the same way again. And I felt I finally had some clarity about what happens to us who are still here when someone is suddenly gone. I can think of only a handful of works of art which have had such an instantaneous and welcome impact upon me. Truthfully, I might have thrown my own book in the bin had it not already gone to the printers. Later, I discovered that Time Lived Without Its Flow is one of those books that has been handed from reader to reader like a secret. And indeed, in those first moments after reading, I was already listing future readers in my mind, people with whom I discussed some of the themes Riley touches on, people whose strong reactions to other very dramatic analyses of grief suggested they might welcome this altogether more candid, pointedly undramatic approach, this rigour and what it generates in the feeling reader. Many people have told me that they were looking for something, as the poet who doesn't read much fiction was looking for truth, and that they found it in this essay. I feel the same. Simply put, I was looking for a literary account of bereavement which did more than recreate or reshuffle existing, at best inadequate or boring, at worst idiotic or hopelessly sentimental, ways of writing about grief. I was looking for non-fiction burnished to the point of poetic intensity. I was looking for writing that carried in the very texture of its lines the remade relationship between a person gone and a person remaining. Not about grief, but fashioned of it and for it. I was looking for a single line as good as this. I work to earth my heart. The overwhelming characteristic of this essay is brilliant exactitude. It has such an absence of writerly mannerism or manipulation that one feels one is being looked in the eye and must not turn away. There is no game, as there sometimes is when the essay form is used as a gymnastic floor display of a writer's talents or bibliography. There is just a person getting on with the job she has set herself and never once flinching or hiding behind any authorial scenery. It has the focused clarity of a recitation. The essay shares its process with us and invites us to experience time with it, but it is also quite private. It is profoundly powerful, without so much as a whiff of melodrama. As with Riley's poems, one needs to read certain lines over and over because of the sheer quality and complexity of the thinking within. Like her poems, there is a gorgeous, no-nonsense technical virtuosity while dealing with strange and painful things. Like her poems, she arrives at achingly beautiful conclusions without ever employing familiar, kitsch or syrupy emotive strategies. Reflecting on the paucity of accounts of the arrested time she is experiencing, Riley asks, "Wherever is the literature, for it must exist, it's needed, that deals closely with this strange arresting of time?" My pulse quickened when I read this. This had been my question too, my obsessive question. And her asking is so deftly personal and so clear it reminds me this can't be coincidence or a wishful trick of tonal transference, of my mum and of my grandmother. It is a way of speaking that is part and parcel of maternal authority and experience. It both subtly contains and moves past a vocabulary of pain in the same quick gesture. It's the brisk sureness of "it must exist," combined with the open-hearted simplicity of how much it is needed. How unusual to state so calmly, in a critical context, what is needed. It struck me as deliciously un-English, as jouissance is, as analysis is, and it struck me as absolutely correct. Yes! I felt like screaming, "See? We need it!" How startling and unusual is Riley's singular manner of essayism, which balances desire and theoretical rigour so generatively. Its deep mastery.